Please be ready for a dictation of part 2 of the English rendering of PM's address at the webinar on Production Linked Incentive Scheme, posted on 5th March 2021 by Press Information Bureau, Delhi. 5 seconds. Start. Friends, our belief behind the Production Linked Incentives Scheme is to expand manufacturing and exports. The philosophy behind the budget can prove to be consequential if we can give concrete shape to schemes in this webinar so that the manufacturing companies around the world make India their base and there is growth in the number and potential of our domestic industries and MSMEs. The scheme aims to widen the scope of the global presence in core competencies and exports of Indian industries in different sectors. We have to change this situation of exports in a limited space, in limited countries, in limited items from limited corners of the country. Why should every district not be an exporter of India? Why should not every country import from India and from each and every corner of the country? Why should not there be all kinds of products for exports? You may have also noticed an obvious difference between the earlier and existing schemes. Earlier, industrial incentives used to be the provision of an open-ended input-based subsidy. Now it has been made performance-based through a competitive process, bringing 13 sectors under the ambit of this scheme for the first time reflects our commitment. Friends, not only is it benefiting the PLI sector for which the scheme is meant, it will greatly benefit the entire ecosystem associated with that sector. With PLI in the auto and pharma sectors, foreign dependence on auto parts, medical equipment, and raw material of drugs will be greatly reduced. The country's energy sector will be modernized through advanced cell batteries, solar PV modules, and specialty steel. With our own raw material, labor, skill, and talent, we can leapfrog. Similarly, the PLI to the textile and food processing sectors will benefit our entire agriculture sector. It will have a positive impact on our farmers, herders, fishermen, that is, the entire rural economy, and will help in increasing incomes. You must have seen yesterday that the United Nations has declared 2023 as the International Year of Millets on the proposal of India. More than 70 countries came in support of India's proposal. And then this proposal was adopted unanimously in the UN General Assembly. It is a glorious matter for the country. It is also a great opportunity for our farmers and especially the small farmers who grow coarse cereals where irrigation facilities are scant. we proposed the importance of this coarse cereal in the world through the UN, which has been approved for 2023. Our farmers grow this coarse cereal in difficult terrain where irrigation facilities are not available. Today, there is a great opportunity for Indian farmers to develop different varieties of millets because of its nutritional value and to make it affordable in the world. Just as we have propagated, disseminated, and distinguished yoga in the world, all of us, especially those who are into agro-processing, can take millets, that is coarse cereal, to places. We have enough time for 2023 and we can start a worldwide campaign with full preparedness. Just as the Made in India vaccines are there to protect people from corona, the coarse cereals like millets produced in India, replete with nutritional value, will be very useful in protecting people from getting sick. We are all familiar with the nutritional potential of millets or coarse cereals. There was a time when millets used to figure prominently in the kitchen. Now the trend is returning. There will be a rapid increase in the demand for millets in the country and abroad after the announcement of 2023 as the International Year of Millets by the UN following India's initiative. It will greatly benefit our farmers, especially the small farmers of the country. Therefore, I urge the people involved in the agriculture and food processing sector to take full advantage of this opportunity. A small task force should be created following your suggestions in the webinar, which would develop a model for public-private partnership which can take forward this millets mission to the world. We can deliberate what all varieties can be created which are conducive to the taste of different countries of the world and are very nutritious for the health. Stop.